Meru iko yule iko Isiolo, anaweza kuwa ni mtu Isiolo. Mborana yuko ile iko Isiolo, anaweza akiishi pande na Meru, yeye ni mtu ya Meru. Wanasiasa ya kujifanya wao ni hodari kwa jamii yao, hiyo italete serikali ingia katikati haraka. Isipokuwa hivyo mambo ni ngumi na mateke, watu waondoane.
Kwa sababu mila yangu inakubali wizi. Kuiba si mbaya. Lakini kwa sasa hivi kuiba ni mbaya, ni aibu na inaturudisha nyuma. Na inafanya hata tukosane na jamii zingine. Kwa sababu nikichukua kitu yako saa hii na lazima utakasirika. Utafurahia.
Why should I be told to wait for an identity card for 3 years? Or my younger brother or my younger sister has to be vetted. Is he not a Kenyan? My dad and my mother are civil servants. So it automatically tells you their daughter or their son is a Kenyan.
American has no stake in Isiolo. He is the coward. The coward who will never fight for himself, but run when trouble comes.
When I was trying to get my ID card, some 1970-72, when I was in Nairobi, I was told to go back to my home district. Imagine Nairobi was the only capital city we have in Kenya. And I was persuaded to go back to Isiolo. Simply I was told there is so many Somali around, assuming them to be Kenyans. You people look very similar and we don't know who you are. You don't have any birth certificate here with you. By then even I don't know what is birth certificate.
Because some leaders who are entrusted to lead the people into the values of religion, they've taken advantage of that to earn themselves a profit at the expense of the people. The politicians have also used the political tool to divide the people of Isiolo into different categories of tribes so that they can manipulate for their own personal gain.
I don't know whether you can call it discrimination or what, because you find the men, they find as if they are more valuable than women. Yeah? So they find that even the service in the morning, you find some of them, like the Samburu, you come here, you hear that it's not supposed to be greeted by the woman in the morning.
Alafu nyinyi yala tena umon mafiwara umunde de yala tabara yala tena umon mafiwara umunde de yala tabara haya yala tena umon mafiwara.
Ujichore na uchore Kenya yako. Na unataka Kenya namna gani? Paka rangi unaodhani Kenya vipi? Unaona kile ambao muhimu kwako kwa maishani mwako ama kwa maisha ya Mkenya. Nini unakumbuka ndani ya Kenya kutoka uhuru ulipatikana? Mangapi unakumbuka? Ni mangapi unafurahia? Na mangapi ambao hufurahii? Yote unagawanya. Hiyo ni masomo moja ya mzuri sana, masomo maana.
Kazi rahisi. Nilikuwa zamani naogopa kazi ya kuchora. Sikuwa najua kuchora. Hata wakati nilienda shule sikuwa nachora, napea vijana wanichoree. Lakini juzi wakati nilikuwa nafanya hiyo my body mapping, nimeona ikiwa mzuri kabisa na ni rahisi. Na ni vizuri kwa sababu niliweza kujieleza kupitia kwa hiyo body mapping.
The silent room is like a solace place. Now for all this, away from all the madness of the world, away from everybody, just you and how you feel about it. It's like a healing place. You know, when you speak what is eating in you, it gives you healing because you've released it.
Msamburu sasa ni mtu wa aina hiyo. Hawezi kaa mahali moja. Anakaa akiona mali kai mzuri anaenda mahali pengine. Anaangalia tu, yeye kazi yake ni kuangalia ile wanyama wake. Akiona wakai mzuri wanaenda mahali pengine. Akiona ikai mzuri anaenda mahali pengine. Samani Wasamburu wanaabudu milima kubwa kama ile. Wanasema Mungu ako huko. Wanaabudu mto maji ile inateremka. Wanasema Mungu huko huko. Wanaabudu mawe, rocks zile kubwa kubwa. Wanaamini kwamba Mungu ako pale. Wanaenda mahali pale, wanamwaga maziwa kama njia moja ya kuabudu, wanachinja, wanachoma nyama kutoa ile sacrifice kwa Mungu. Wanaamini kwamba wakifanya hivyo Mungu amesikia.
Colonialism were treating you people. If a Boran or Gabra person have been arrested by police in any way, and another 2 or 3 Merus or Kikuyus are also arrested, if we are taken to police station, our people were given meat and milk, rice and chapatis. But those Bantuns were given ugali and maharagwe, beans, whatever it is.
We have the Turkanas, Somalis, Rendile, Samburus, Meru. We have the Brans and the Nubians. The Nubians having coming here a very long time ago. They came under the British rule and they were brought in here as the British subject, not being allowed to be real Kenyans, and they were not actually British. So what happened? They were denied the basic rights, like to own anything, or even the right to identity. And up to date, they are still under the same struggle.
And I can remember the Kenya government beat our people at a place called Smarty. That is where they said Daba. So many. By then, Borans were very rich. Very, very rich. Then Kenyatta said, you people, you are thinking you are Somalians. Just because of hair and bears and the religion. And I know you people, you are Kenyans. Don't try to fight back. So many camels were killed by Kenya Army. So many cows were killed by Kenya Army. And so many people were killed by Kenya Army. To make these people to be poor, then them to get a chance of going to school. Missionaries, a bishop calls Luigi Locati, the founder member of this center. He just died some few years ago and he was killed here, somewhere in front of the door here. Luigi Locati started now to correct poor kids who their parents have been killed, who their parents have become very vulnerable, very poor, because all of the animals have been killed by militaries. They take them to school. They just put them at the orphanage place, like Garbatula and Merti, that is where they was. And those are the old, learned people we have today. And many of them are in leader position.
But today, the cultural rules and norms have merged with other cultures and norms. And so it has brought out a confusing kind of interpretation. The young generation have also come into modernization, which was not there. And it has actually denied them the inner eye to look back into their own heritage.
Na ukiangalia Kenya, kile kinanifanya mimi na Mkenya mwingine tofauti ni maisha anayoishi. Maisha ya utajiri, maisha ya masomo, maisha ya kuishi kile binadamu wengine wanaopata, sisi wengine tuliachwa nyuma. Kama Eastern and Northeastern, Upper Eastern and Northeastern tuliachwa nyuma.
Meru is an agricultural place. Those people are always having food. The person of Isiolo must always, throughout the year, struggle for food. Come to education. The Meru people, because they are comfortable and they have food, they have time to go to school. But the person of Isiolo, they have to struggle for the money, and they also have to strive and sit on the same chairs with the children of the rest of Kenya to do exams.
Haya, railway itakuja ambapo inapitia Isiolo, italete mambo mengi. Kwa hivi huenda ikawa hata umaskini mafuta ile ya kwenda Lamu huenda ikawa utapita hapa. Kwa hivi kwa vile Isiolo ni center ya Kenya, huenda ikawa faida nyingi tutakuwa nao.
And just like you're seeing the changes or the problems that Turkana County is facing because of the oil drilling issue, Isiolo County has a high level of illiteracy, you know. Many people probably have gone up to primary school, never went to secondary school. So it will also bring challenges because if maybe Otieno, Wamboi, Kamau, I don't know, Keremi, you know, people from different other communities come and are employed in Isiolo, they will say you have taken away our opportunities, you've taken away our employments, but they don't have the skills, you know.
With these LAPSSET projects earmarked in Isiolo County, half of the Isiolo residents don't know about it. You see? And for those who know, like us, we can't tell you a definite place where something like the railway line will pass. The boundary issues of Isiolo and Meru County is the LAPSSET project issue. The Meru County moved their boundaries inside Isiolo so that they could own part of the LAPSSET project that is coming. There's a conflict by itself already.
That's why I said that there is something going on for we to say no that project until we were well equipped with knowledge of the project which is coming up to us. We have to be included in decision making of that project to come.
In Isiolo County, land is a thorny issue. Is a thorny issue that even the leaders avoid it. And there are 1,000 cases of parcels of land that are owned by over 10 people. All of them have documents, legal documents.
Ya, kwa sababu Isiolo, hata Isiolo town hakuna title, hakuna namba, iko vuta ni kuvute, hata Isiolo town.
Mahotels nini watajenga. Mimi maskini ambayo ilikuwa nina uhuru wa kutembea juu ya ardhi nikilisha mali, nakaa kwa miti hii, naenda kwa mto hii, naenda kwa milima hii, siku hiyo sitakuwa na nafasi. Nimebanwa na walio na pesa, ardhi imeenda, mali imekwisha, mimi tabaki salama.
But from the first government to the last government Uhuru today, no one have ever come to Isiolo County or Isiolo District and said, let's go and give title deeds to people of Isiolo District. That's why I said that we found that we have been marginalized since beginning up to date.
Sasa ukiona unakuta hii inaitwa trust land, hii nyingine inaitwa community land. Sasa inakaa kama iko ile kunyang'anyana. Asa wakati imesemekana resource city inakuja kujengwa Isiolo. Hiyo mnyama inaitwa resource city. Tunaona inakuja kuleta maneno mengine hatueleweki. Haieleweki. Na itafanya hata tupigane ile kwa sababu resource city imelenga kwa Wasamburu. Kipsi. Pande ile ya chini. Nani atafaidika kwa hiyo resource city?
Because when you look at those mountains, in future that mountain will become a resort city. And that resort city, no native of Isiolo County owns a land there. Those land over there are owned by senior government people in Nairobi.
Hii ardhi ni yangu. Hii ardhi ni yangu. Hapa ndo resource city. Resource city ukisikia ni hapa. Kwa leo na iko mkononi yangu. Lakini kwa leo, kwa kesho sidhani kama itakuwa mkononi mwangu.
There's one of the senior bloggers of this country who identified Isiolo County as the next time bomb after Lamu. The massacre in Lamu about land issues, Isiolo was identified as the next black spot.
So what is happening is also so many other people are coming in and settling in Isiolo. So there is an influx of newcomers into Isiolo in the expectation that the resort city would provide a situation whereby there will be so much income, or maybe people will be rich or something. So the resort city has been interpreted in every mind differently, just like a piece of literature.
The only good thing the county government did when they came in is they had to put a moratorium on land issues. No transaction, no buying, no selling.
Wale mataikuni wote watakuja. Mimi sijawahi kushika maishani yangu 1,100, na leo nikija nikiambiwa chukua hii 1,100 toka ndani ya ardhi, nitatoka, na nikitoka hakuna ardhi nyingine. Mtoto wangu pia ni hivyo. Maisha ya Kenya ama maisha ya sisi wakaji wa Isiolo, anga tunafurahia, nyumaye tutaathirika bila kiasi.
Inaitwa School of Infantry. Tuliona kibao huko mkiingia. Wanasema ni yao na walikuta watu hapa. Sasa hiyo kesi imesikizwa tangu tamu ya uongozi wa Kibaki, imesikizwa tamu ya uongozi wa Moi, President Moi, ilimesikizwa sana, tumepeleka hawa makotini, lakini juzi sasa tumekuja kusikia kwamba hii ni land ya community, sio yao. Hata kama hawa watakuja kupatiwa sehemu ya kufanya ranch, unasikia wanapiga. Kama watakuja kupatiwa sehemu ya kufanya ranch, watapatiwa na Isiolo government.
We are surrounded by men of uniform. They are always here. School of Combat, School of Armory, School of what? They're all here. But when we really need interventions, we don't see them.
Mambo usalama. Hakuna wakati hii watu wa pastoralist watawaacha Samburu aache kuiba ng'ombe, ama Mturkana aache kuiba, ama Mborana aache kuiba, kwa sababu tunategemea mfuko.
The conflict which is there now is a political conflict. Samburu are killing Turkana, Turkana are killing Samburu, Samburu and Turkana are stealing cattle from Boran or Somali, and very innocent Merians, Meru people. Meru people don't go to steal from anybody.
Like, for example, we have the Modogashe Declaration, where they said that if the life of a man is taken, then you pay with 100 cattle or camels, yeah? If a woman life is taken, they pay with 50. But we're still having issues because it was like devolved, it was derived by the Muslims. So the Christians feel this declaration was not for us, you know. For the Samburu is even worse. They don't compensate women, you know. So the other communities feel if a Samburu just comes and kills women, they do not feel they're going to compensate, because to them, they don't compensate women. Women and children are the same.
In this month of November, we lost 15 people. Nothing like action have been taken. There is no condolence from our government, just like Mandera. Simply you can see that in a way we are a bit different from other Kenyans.
And you see this 100 cattle you're hearing that is going to be paid, it is not paid to the woman or to the bereaved, the widow. No, it is paid to the community, you know? So how does the wife or the sister or the mother of this man benefit from this compensation?
We call it Texas. It has its own legend, so it is our little Texas. We usually hear about rustling, and rustling is being done by gangs, so they are there. I was in a security meeting and our OCPD was trying to tell us that we are not going to get security by arming ourselves. And I believed him, because the more we learn to live without guns, that means we are nearer and nearer to civilization, and we will respect each other's property and space. As I say, that information and knowledge is withheld to the few who can access it. And in the pastoral communities, women were not allowed to go to school. So it has taken time for them to be at the same step with the rest of the Kenyans to fight for equality. But here, it's more about the man having his will and the woman having her way. Cultural ways and practices have to take a gradual process to change. But when you have to change, you have to provide something else that people must leave this one to adopt that. When there is nothing to adopt, it's not very easy to change.
FGM tumewacha na nilikuwa mwalimu wa kwanza kuweza kusimamisha. Na kusema kweli nilipigwa vita kali sana. Sababu ilikuwa ni vigumu kwa mtoto Msamburu kupata mume kama hajafanywa FGM. Lakini kwa saa hii my daughter anaenda kugraduate university na sijawahi mfanyia FGM. Kwa hivyo nimekuwa very good example. Nimeset example mzuri ya kuigwa.
The elders have just, there is this women of making FGM. They have been really educated in so many seminars around, and now they have changed. Not 100%, but they have just reduced how they were cutting before to how they cut now. Before they really cut it, knit it, and do some funny things on it. Nowadays they don't cut that way, they don't knit it. They just, very small, just a small blunt to come out of that place. Even some are using needle. Just provide small blunt come out of it. But as the time goes, as education entered to the people, things are now changing. So right now we look similar like other Kenyans because we have education. Although it's not very proper, but we have healthy facilities like other Kenyans.
Kila kaunti apate uwezo wake na kila kaunti ajiamulie, sio national level. Ajiwekee sheria zake na sheria iheshimiwe. Sheria itaniguide, itanilinda. Sio sheria inalinda Nairobi.
It's the only county that actually up to now they have never had sittings in the county assembly, and when they have they are fighting, and if they're not fighting they're impeaching someone, which never works. Even the impeachment itself never works because it's a money game.
Revolution tulifurahia maana ni serikali kuja mashinani kwa watu. Lakini kwa sasa hivi hakuna kitu inafanya kama ya Isiolo. Hakuna kitu inafanyika, imenyamaza hivyo. Ni kama tuliwaambia endeni mnyamazi.
Now, when the government introduced devolution, people have even forgotten their religion, and it is about tribes. So in Isiolo, there is no humanism, it's tribalism. So I don't like this too.
Sisi ni wachache. Maana Wasamburu ni kama 13,000. Na wale wanajivuna sana ni Waborona. Bao ni wako zaidi ya 28,000. Wakafuatwa na Turkana zaidi ya 20,000 hata hawa sijui na 8. Wakafuatwa na Wameru. Wakafuatwa sasa na Wasamburu. Alafu wa Somali. Sasa unakuta sisi na Wasomali ni wachache sana. Unless tukuje pamoja Somali na Wasamburu ndio tunachagua mtu mmoja kubwa. Tunapata kiti kubwa. Lakini bila hiyo si rahisi.
So whenever you put up something new, it will also have its own shakes and waves. But the Kenyan people are still struggling out there. You could see the politicians, the men and women, people would say fighting, but actually they are trying to enhance the constitution to be alive among Kenyans.
Mabadiliko iliyoko muda mrefu ya miaka 50 na mabadiliko kwa mwaka moja, hii ya mwaka moja ndio bora zaidi kuliko ile miaka 50 iliyopita.
Because I am sure I was born in Isiolo, I am not from outside. That's why I want it to be very clear to anybody that I am pure Kenyan by birth, being in Isiolo County now since when the majimbolism start.
Na siwezi toka hapa niende kwenu Kongo ndio niitwe Mkongo. Mimi sitaki kuitwa, nataka kuitwa Mkenya.
We have a beautiful country. And also we have beautiful people. Because we have people from all tribes. I think we have 47 tribes or more. We have so many tribes in Kenya. And we are all Kenyan. So I think that makes me proud to be Kenyan, to belong to all this goodness. And that's what makes me want to remove the goodness in me, you know, towards the rest. Because I've already been given so much by my country. Yes.
I belong to Kenya, and I know I must be very assertive on my stand and make everybody realize I'm a Kenyan. Even when some of them want to take advantage of me, I must always remind them that I'm a Kenyan by heritage and also because I was born and believe this is my country. And every day I'll put my efforts to make sure that Kenya is a better place.